Hello Lakers fan, if you are one of those who are always up to date with the news about our Lakers, then you need to stay tuned to what is coming up on our Lakers news channel. I am preparing exclusive coverage on the possible signings of Lakers, and what I can tell you is that rumors are catching fire on social media, and if you don't want to miss any information, stay tuned. We have exclusive news every day. If you are a true Lakers and don't want to be left out of the news, be sure to subscribe. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Let's go to the video.
Luka Doncic is loving life with the Lakers. The Los Angeles Lakers have opened the 2025-26 season in stunning fashion. With a 7-2 record and 5 straight wins, their start has exceeded nearly every expectation, especially given the adversity they've faced early on. LeBron James has yet to play a single game this season. Luka Doncic has missed 4. Austin Reaves has sat out 2. And yet, the Lakers keep winning. What's fueled the surge? In large part, Doncic's brilliance. In the 5 games he's played so far, the 26-year-old superstar is putting up video game numbers: 40 points, 11.8 rebounds, 9.2 assists, and 2 steals per game, and doing it with a kind of confidence and creativity that made him an MVP favorite the moment he arrived from Dallas last year. But beyond the stats, what's catching attention is how seamlessly Doncic has blended into the Lakers culture, and how much he's enjoying it. "Honestly, I'm having a lot of fun playing with these guys," Doncic said after a recent win. "Like you said, Austin Reaves knows how to play, and of course we still miss LeBron James. But this team has so much potential. Everyone competes hard, everyone plays for each other, it's just enjoyable basketball." That sentiment captures something bigger happening in Los Angeles. The Lakers look refreshed, energized even, in a way that feels different from recent years. Adding a superstar in his prime has clearly transformed the team's identity, but what's even more striking is how quickly that transformation has taken hold. Doncic's leadership has been both vocal and unselfish. Teammates describe him as constantly communicating on the floor, balancing fiery competitiveness with steady poise. The chemistry between him and Reaves has been particularly promising, a blend of instinctive passing and off-ball movement that keeps defenses guessing. And the best part for Lakers fans? The team's full potential hasn't even been unleashed yet. Once LeBron James and Reaves return to full health, the Lakers could be staring at one of the most balanced and dangerous rosters in the league. With Doncic locked in for at least 3 more seasons, the purple and gold's future looks as bright as it has in years. LeBron nearing return. The Lakers provided a promising update on Friday, announcing that LeBron has been cleared for contact drills and will be re-evaluated in 1 to 2 weeks. The 40-year-old star has been sidelined since the start of the season with a sciatic nerve issue, but is reportedly progressing well in rehab. Team sources have emphasized patience with his recovery. There's no rush. Given how well the Lakers have performed without him, there's little reason to accelerate his timeline before he's fully ready. The next step in his return process will be participating in live 5-on-5 scrimmages, a key indicator that he's nearing game shape. For now, the Lakers are focused on maintaining momentum. Their strong start, built on defense, ball movement, and Doncic's elite playmaking, has set the tone for a season filled with optimism. If this early stretch is any indication, the combination of Luka Doncic's brilliance, Austin Reaves' consistency, and LeBron James' eventual return could make the 2025-26 Lakers not just contenders, but one of the most dynamic teams in the NBA. The implications of Doncic's arrival extend far beyond the box score. His presence has quietly redefined the Lakers' identity, a franchise long associated with star power now finding a renewed sense of structure, pace, and shared responsibility. Inside the organization, there's growing confidence that this version of the Lakers represents the beginning of a new competitive cycle rather than the end of an era. Team officials have privately described Doncic as a franchise stabilizer, someone capable of bridging the transition between the final chapters of LeBron James' career and the team's next generation. That balance is already visible on the court. While LeBron remains the spiritual and emotional leader, Doncic has taken on the role of primary playmaker, reshaping the Lakers' offensive rhythm. The pace has quickened, ball movement has increased, and role players have thrived in clearly defined positions. Austin Reaves, in particular, has benefited from Doncic's creativity, averaging career-high shooting percentages on catch-and-shoot opportunities. Anthony Davis, meanwhile, has found renewed comfort alongside Doncic, operating with less offensive pressure and more defensive freedom. The duo's two-man game has shown flashes of dominance, especially in half-court sets where Doncic's patience complements Davis's rim protection and vertical spacing. Opposing coaches have started to take notice. Several have pointed out that the Lakers' current system, built around Doncic's vision, bears resemblance to the structured but dynamic offenses of his Dallas years, only now surrounded by better defensive balance and veteran discipline. Still, the adjustment hasn't been without challenges. Integrating two ball-dominant stars like Doncic and LeBron requires careful orchestration. Both players are elite creators who prefer to initiate plays, meaning head coach Darvin Ham and his staff will need to manage minutes, tempo, and spacing once LeBron returns. Privately, team sources acknowledge that this balance will define the Lakers' ceiling. If Doncic and LeBron can coexist seamlessly, alternating roles without disrupting rhythm, the Lakers could sustain elite production deep into the postseason. But if the offense stagnates or roles overlap, the team may face the same inconsistency that haunted previous seasons. Around the league, executives are watching closely. The pairing of Doncic and LeBron represents one of the most intriguing storylines in recent NBA history, a generational superstar learning from another while carrying the responsibility of guiding one of basketball's most scrutinized franchises. LeBron's eventual return will mark a pivotal moment in that evolution. For now, Doncic's ability to lead, not only through numbers, but through calm communication and competitive drive, has earned him respect within a locker room that once revolved entirely around LeBron. As one team insider described, Luka hasn't just filled a role. He's changed the way we play, the way we think, the way we approach every possession. The entire group feeds off that energy. For a team once defined by transition and uncertainty, that kind of clarity may prove to be their most valuable asset. And as the season progresses, the question may no longer be how Doncic fits into the Lakers, but how far he can take them. LeBron James cleared for contact, set to be re-evaluated in 1 to 2 weeks. The Los Angeles Lakers announced that LeBron James has been cleared for basketball activities involving contact and will be re-evaluated by the team's medical staff within the next 1 to 2 weeks. The update marks another positive step in James's recovery from the sciatic issue that has sidelined him since the start of the 2025-26 season. Despite his absence, the Lakers have surged to an impressive start, a testament to the team's improved depth and adaptability under head coach Darvin Ham. And when James finally returns, the ceiling could rise even higher. According to Shams Charania of ESPN, LeBron has been participating in individual workouts and is nearing the stage of live 5-on-5 scrimmages, often the final step before a full return. LeBron James has been training individually, and I'm told the next step for him is to play 5-on-5, Charania reported. He won't travel with the Lakers on their upcoming 5-game road trip, which begins in Atlanta this weekend. It's unclear if he'll be able to train with the team while they're away, possibly with the South Bay Lakers, their G League affiliate, or he may wait until the team returns on November 16th to resume full contact sessions. I'm told the Lakers front office still expects LeBron's season debut to come around mid-November. But we're in uncharted territory. He turns 41 next month, entering his 23rd NBA season. That's why Rob Pelinka's off-season signings, Jake LaRavia, DeAndre Ayton, and Marcus Smart, have proven so valuable, providing real depth even without one of the greatest players of all time. It's standard procedure for NBA teams to evaluate players in live, game-like situations before clearing them for a return, and the Lakers are expected to take a cautious approach. The upcoming road trip complicates the timeline, but given the team's early success, there's no reason to rush him back. The organization's primary focus remains long-term health and postseason readiness, not short-term wins. Maintaining James's durability across an 82-game schedule is essential, and the Lakers' strong start has bought them the one thing every veteran team needs most: time. A model of longevity and discipline. Even from the sidelines, James's presence continues to influence the team's tone and professionalism. His preparation, discipline, and leadership remain a benchmark for younger players. Golden State Warriors star Stephen Curry, who shared the court with LeBron during the Summer Olympics, recently praised James's unwavering work ethic and his relentless pursuit of excellence. "You can tell why he's still playing at that level," Curry said. "He's obsessive about every detail, the way he trains, the way he eats, how he recovers. It's a masterclass in commitment. That's the reason he's been great for so long." James's return, whenever it comes, will be about more than just points or minutes. For the Lakers, it represents the return of their emotional anchor, a player whose preparation and example continue to set the standard for what it means to compete at the highest level. And if his recovery continues to progress as planned, The sight of number 6 back on the floor in mid-November could mark the beginning of another memorable chapter in a career that continues to defy every expectation. LeBron's return will inevitably create a ripple effect throughout the Lakers lineup. With Luka Doncic thriving as the primary offensive engine and Austin Reeves developing into a dependable secondary playmaker, the coaching staff will soon face important decisions about rotations, minutes, and ball-handling responsibilities once James is fully cleared. Head coach Darvin Ham and his staff have quietly been preparing for this moment. According to team sources, internal discussions have focused on creating offensive schemes that balance Doncic's on-ball dominance with LeBron's versatility as a facilitator. The goal is to maximize both superstars' strengths without slowing down the team's current rhythm, something the Lakers have struggled with in previous years when integrating high-usage players. Early indications suggest that Los Angeles will experiment with staggered rotations, ensuring that at least one of Doncic or James remains on the floor at all times. This approach would help maintain offensive consistency while reducing the physical burden on both stars across the long regular season. The coaching staff also sees potential in leveraging LeBron's expanded shooting range and improved off-ball instincts. At this stage of his career, James has adapted his game to operate more efficiently without needing to dominate every possession. That evolution could allow Doncic to continue leading the offense, with LeBron functioning as a dynamic secondary creator, a partnership built on trust and timing rather than hierarchy. The return of James also reshapes the roles of the supporting cast. Players such as Marcus Smart, DeAndre Ayton, and Jake LaRavia, key off-season additions, have each benefited from extended minutes and responsibilities during LeBron's absence. Their ability to maintain that same defensive intensity and unselfish play style alongside a full-strength roster will determine whether the Lakers can sustain their strong start deep into the season. From a medical standpoint, the team's patience reflects both caution and respect for longevity. At 41 years old and entering his 23rd NBA season, LeBron's workload must be managed with precision. The Lakers' sports science department has reportedly designed a detailed minute and recovery plan that will limit back-to-back appearances and monitor his workload across travel-heavy stretches. League observers have noted that the Lakers' situation is unusually stable for a team undergoing such significant roster changes. Rather than scrambling to survive without their leader, Los Angeles has evolved, becoming more balanced, defensively committed, and tactically flexible. Still, the ultimate test will come once James returns to live competition. How he reintegrates with Doncic, Reeves, and Davis will shape not only the Lakers' offense but also their long-term identity. If the chemistry holds, Los Angeles could emerge as one of the league's most complete teams, a roster combining championship experience with youthful energy and one of the deepest rotations in recent memory. But if the balance falters or injuries persist, managing expectations and internal roles could become an ongoing challenge. For now, the Lakers remain focused on steady progress. Every practice, every minute of recovery, and every adjustment in rhythm brings them closer to fielding the full vision of what this roster was built to be, a blend of old mastery and new leadership. And when LeBron finally steps back onto the court, it won't just signal his return from injury. It will mark the moment the Lakers, for the first time this season, can see what they truly are, and what they still might become. Marcus Smart takes full responsibility for costly late-game error in Lakers' win over Spurs. The Los Angeles Lakers narrowly escaped with their 5th straight win on Wednesday night, edging out Victor Wembanyama and the San Antonio Spurs 118-116 at Crypto.com Arena. But the victory nearly slipped away in the final second, and veteran guard Marcus Smart was the first to admit it was his mistake. With just 1.2 seconds left and the Lakers clinging to a 2-point lead following a Kelly Olynyk basket, Smart was tasked with inbounding the ball, a routine play that should have sealed the win. Instead, the 12-year veteran was whistled for a line violation, stepping over the boundary as he released the pass. The turnover handed the Spurs a golden opportunity to steal the game. Moments later, San Antonio's Julian Champagny was fouled on a 3-point attempt and sent to the line with a chance to tie. The tension inside the arena was palpable, but Champagny missed both free throws, allowing the Lakers to escape by the slimmest of margins. After the game, Smart didn't shy away from the moment. He stood at his locker and took full accountability for the mental lapse. "I couldn't believe it," Smart said. "They told me I stepped over the line, and I was like, man, we see that play all the time where a guy releases it quick and his foot kind of drifts over, and it's never called. But it was tonight. With 1.2 seconds left, all I had to do was inbound it to an open guy and the game's over," he continued. "That's on me. As a 12-year vet, I can't make that mistake." I take full responsibility. My teammates get it, they'll give me a hard time about it, but it won't happen again. The Lakers laughed it off afterward, mostly because they could afford to. This season's team, unlike versions of the past few years, has found ways to win even when things get messy. They've built enough resilience and chemistry under head coach J.J. Redick to overcome missteps like smarts and still walk away with victories. What made the win even more impressive was that it came without LeBron James and Austin Reeves, both sidelined with minor injuries. The rest of the roster stepped up, showing the kind of depth and fight that has defined this early stretch of the season. Center DeAndre Ayton, who recorded his second straight double-double, spoke afterward about what's been keeping the team grounded through adversity. Togetherness, Ayton said simply. No matter what's thrown at us, injuries, calls that don't go our way, whatever, we stay connected. That's what's carrying us right now. Games like this, when it's close and tough, they show who we are. That mentality has been Redick's message from the start. Defend hard, trust one another, and never lose composure, even when things go sideways. Wednesday night was proof of that philosophy. The Lakers didn't play a perfect game. They nearly gave it away. But they found a way to win anyway, and in the long run, that kind of poise might mean more than any clean, comfortable victory. For Smart, the lesson was simple: even veterans have moments to learn from. For the Lakers, it was another sign that this group, flawed as it may be, is starting to believe in itself. The play itself quickly became a talking point across the league, not because it changed the outcome, but because it underscored how even experienced players can slip in high-pressure moments. Analysts on post-game broadcasts noted that Smart's reaction, immediately owning the mistake, spoke volumes about his maturity and leadership. Inside the Lakers' locker room, teammates didn't hesitate to back him up. Kelly Olynyk, whose late basket set up the final possession, said that moments like this are part of what keeps a team grounded. Marcus has been around long enough to know how to handle it, Olynyk said. Nobody's perfect, but the way he took responsibility right away, that's leadership. You move on and get ready for the next one. Head coach J.J. Redick echoed that sentiment, saying he had no concern whatsoever about Smart's decision-making. He's been in too many big games to let that stick with him, Redick said. Those end-of-game moments are chaotic. He made the right read, it was just an unfortunate technical call. What matters is that he was out there leading, defending, and setting the tone for us. Redick's approach, emphasizing accountability without blame, reflects the culture shift the Lakers have undergone since his arrival. The team has been playing with more energy and communication, even while missing key players like LeBron James and Austin Reeves. Smart's mistake, if anything, became another bonding moment. Players could laugh about it afterward because they trust each other, and because they know they're finding ways to win even when not everything goes right. Still, the victory wasn't without its lessons. The Lakers nearly surrendered a comfortable lead in the final minute, a familiar issue from past seasons. Turnovers and missed assignments gave San Antonio life, and if not for Champagne's missed free throws, the ending might have been very different. DeAndre Ayton addressed that concern after the game, acknowledging that the team still has room to grow when it comes to closing games. We've got to be sharper late, Ayton said. We let them hang around. Good teams finish better than that, and that's the next step for us. But at the same time, I love how we responded. Nobody panicked. The Lakers' ability to stay composed without their two biggest stars is perhaps the most encouraging sign of all. It showed that the roster depth, from role players like Olynyk and Smart to younger contributors off the bench, is beginning to find its rhythm. In many ways, Smart's late error and immediate accountability captured what's been different about this Lakers group. They're not perfect, but they're resilient. They make mistakes, but they own them. And above all, they trust that their collective effort will outweigh any individual misstep. As Smart himself put it, you take it on the chin, you learn, and you keep going. That's what being a pro is about. For the Lakers, that mindset may prove even more valuable than their current 5-game win streak, because it's the kind of foundation that lasts long after the standings change. DeAndre Ayton on how the Lakers overcame injuries to start the season 7-2. The Los Angeles Lakers have faced almost every kind of obstacle to start the season, from injuries to lineup shuffles to new chemistry challenges. But none of it seems to matter. No matter who's on the floor, the team has found a way to compete, defend, and win. That resilience was on full display Wednesday night against the San Antonio Spurs. In a tense back-and-forth battle that came down to the final seconds, the Lakers held on for a 2-point victory, their their 5th straight win. And once again, it was DeAndre Ayton setting the tone inside with his 2nd consecutive double-double. After the game, Ayton summed up what's been holding this group together through all the adversity. Togetherness, Ayton said. That's what it's been about since day one. We didn't let the environment or the officiating get to us. We stayed locked in and stayed together. That's the biggest thing, especially when you're in close games. When things don't go your way, you've got to stick together. Ayton said that focus and unity helped the Lakers maintain composure in the closing moments, even as the game hung in the balance. You've got to stay solid, he explained. Even when things start going your way, you've got to stay disciplined, limit the fouls, stay within the plan, and finish strong. When you've got two great teams battling, that's what it comes down to. The Lakers were once again shorthanded, playing without Austin Reeves for the 2nd straight game and still waiting for LeBron James to make his season debut. But the absences didn't stop them from finding contributions elsewhere. Marcus Smart delivered his best game as a Laker, scoring 17 points along with 5 rebounds and 5 assists, while several role players stepped up on both ends. Ayton credited head coach J.J. Redick for keeping the team unified through the constant changes. "I've got to give J.J. credit," Ayton said. "He's been the same guy since training camp, consistent, demanding, positive. He's been teaching us every single day, pushing that championship mindset, that championship energy, and that championship communication. It's contagious. Guys who are out are fighting to get back, and when they do, it's like they never left," he added. That comes from the culture JJ's building. Injuries have forced the Lakers to adapt on the fly. Luka Doncic, Reeves, Smart, Gabe Vincent, and Jackson Hayes have all missed time, and LeBron's absence has been felt both on and off the court. Yet through it all, the team has maintained its edge, something Ayton says stems from a defense-first mentality. "It gives us a lot of confidence because we're not relying on just our offense," Ayton noted. JJ keeps reminding us that our defense creates our offense, and you can see it when we go on runs, get stops, and the crowd gets into it. That's what drives us. While many expected the Lakers to be defined by their offensive firepower, it's their commitment to defense and cohesion that has set them apart. They've played with intensity, discipline, and trust, even without a full roster. Redick, in his first season as head coach, has been vocal about how much he believes in this group's potential. "We're just scratching the surface," Redick said post-game. "We've had guys in and out, but the identity is starting to form. These guys are buying in." Now sitting at 7-2, the Lakers have exceeded early expectations. The fact that they're doing it without LeBron and with Doncic nursing minor injuries only reinforces the sense that something special might be taking shape in Los Angeles. For Ayton, that belief runs deep. "We're building something real here," he said. "It's not just about the wins, it's about how we're doing it. Everyone's locked in, everyone's connected, and that's what winning teams do." The Lakers' strong opening has begun to shift perceptions around the league. What started as cautious optimism about Redick's first year on the sidelines has turned into genuine intrigue, and even a bit of surprise, at how quickly he's molded the roster into a cohesive defensive-minded unit. Behind the scenes, Redick's message has been consistent: play smart, play hard, and play for each other. Players describe practices as intense but detail-oriented, with Redick emphasizing communication, spacing, and situational awareness. It's a sharp contrast from previous seasons, when the Lakers often relied on raw talent to overcome inconsistency. Luka Doncic, who has carried much of the offensive load in LeBron's absence, said the difference this year is structure. JJ's brought clarity, Doncic said after practice on Thursday. Everybody knows their role. Everybody knows what's expected. That's huge. You can feel the trust in the locker room. Doncic's leadership has also been instrumental. Though only 26, his command of the floor and willingness to take responsibility have helped steady a roster that's dealt with constant rotation changes. His presence has allowed teammates like Smart, Ayton, and Olynyk to focus on doing their jobs rather than carrying the offense. Redick praised Doncic's approach, calling it the glue holding the group together. "Luka sets the tone every night," Redick said. "He's competitive, he's unselfish, and he wants everyone involved. That kind of leadership filters through the team." The combination of Redick's discipline and Doncic's composure has produced a level of balance the Lakers haven't had in years. Even without LeBron James, they've become a team capable of grinding out wins against playoff-caliber opponents, the kind of games they often lost last season. Defensively, the numbers tell the story. The Lakers rank among the top teams in opponent field goal percentage and defensive rebounding over their first 9 games. Much of that credit goes to Ayton, whose physical presence and communication in the paint have anchored their schemes. Redick has also found creative ways to use Ayton, staggering his minutes to match up with opposing bigs, and giving him more touches in pick-and-roll situations that keep him engaged. Ayton, for his part, has responded with renewed focus. "It's been about trust," Ayton explained. "JJ tells me exactly what he needs from me: protect the rim, rebound, run, and be ready to finish. I know my role here, and that's helped me play free." The Lakers' depth has also been quietly impressive. Role players like Gabe Vincent, Jackson Hayes, and rookie wing Maxwell Lewis have stepped into meaningful minutes when called upon. Redick has leaned heavily on an 8-9-man rotation, allowing him to adapt to matchups and keep veterans fresh. Around the league, rival coaches have taken notice. Several have praised Redick's poise and game management, particularly his willingness to trust younger players in late-game situations, something that wasn't always the case in past Lakers regimes. Yet, Redick insists the job is far from done. "We've had a good start," he said, "but we've also left wins on the table. The challenge now is to sustain it, to stay healthy, stay disciplined, and keep improving." With LeBron expected to make his season debut in the coming weeks, the Lakers' potential ceiling is drawing attention. The idea of combining James' experience and playmaking with the discipline and defensive commitment this group has developed could make Los Angeles one of the Western Conference's most dangerous teams by mid-season. For now, though, Redick and his players are keeping their focus on the present, on building habits, stacking wins, and continuing to prove that this early success is no fluke. As Ayton put it after Thursday's practice, "It's not about who's missing, it's about who's here. And whoever's here, we're going to compete. That's what's making this team different."